Hi, I'm Kolya. I'm one of the people behind PeterAI. In this short seminar, we're going to talk about staying safe when using technology, especially messages, emails, or calls that don't quite feel right. This isn't about being afraid or suspicious of everything. It's about slowing down, noticing small signs, and knowing when to pause before acting. There's nothing you need to remember right now. Just listen along. So, let's start with this seminar on online safety made simple. Building safer digital habits. Let's start slowly. Technology is developing faster than ever before. And that's fine, but it also has consequences. And one of these is that scams are developing faster than ever too. So we all need to make sure to stay safe online. And this short seminar is a first step in that direction. Just a figure for you to understand why it is really important to learn about this. In 2024, 4.9 billion US dollars were reported as fraud damage to older adults. That's over $33,000 per person that reported this. This is why it's important to learn. But you're here, so it's a good start. And I just want to tell you, 4 out of 10 American adults say that they've lost money or had their personal information used by a scam. It's not only online shoppers or seniors, it's almost everyone. So don't feel embarrassed or frightened. You're already doing the right thing by learning about it. And as all of you know, scams aren't new. They've just changed format. You might remember those letters saying, "You've won a trip," or phone calls promising money. Now they come in texts or emails, but the goal is still the same: to trick you into reacting fast. And these tricks are always a pattern. Every scam uses these 3 tricks: urgency, emotion, and secrecy. If you reflect on your experiences with scams, you will probably be able to recognize this as well. And it's good to be conscious about it so you can recognize it easier. But let's get concrete. Let's look at the most common scams today, the ones we're seeing the most. They all sound different, but they share the same tricks we just saw. And we're now going over 4 different threats and 4 different rules on how to avoid them, and some extra tips along the way. Let's go over the first one. Threat number 1. Imagine this. You're online and a message pops up saying, "Your computer is infected. Call this number." It looks official, but it's not. These types of scams often happen in search engines like Google or Safari. You know these. Here's the first rule for the first threat. If a warning tells you to call someone, it's almost always fake. Real companies don't give phone numbers in pop-ups. Don't call the number. Just close the window or turn the computer off if that feels safer for you. Okay, that was quick. Let's go over to the second one. Threat number 2. Your package couldn't be delivered. This one is everywhere. Text from UPS, FedEx, or your bank saying there's a problem. They look real, but the link they send you is a fake site. They ask you to verify details, quote unquote. Do not give them your details. Now to the rule. Go to the official website, not the link. If you are unsure about a message, You can search the company and the issue you are being contacted with, and then you can go to the official website and check that out. If you get one of these messages, always remember, read twice before you click once. This is a good general tip to have in mind. Read twice before you click once. And now an extra tip. If you cannot find the page you're looking for, call the company's official support number. Type in company name, support number, USA. Then you will find a phone number you can call and ask if there's an issue. But make sure you do not call the number that texted you with that quote-unquote issue. Only the official support number you find yourself online. Okay, we're already halfway through. This is going quick, but I hope you're getting along and understand everything. Threat number 3. This one is new and kind of scary, but if you know how to avoid it, it's fine. It's good to know about these, so better to know than not to know. Scammers can now copy someone's voice using AI. They call pretending to be your grandchild or a loved one. Often they say something about an accident, but quote-unquote, don't tell mum or dad. This clearly plays into the strategy we talked about earlier. Urgency, I had an accident. Emotion, of course it's emotional, it's a loved one that's in an accident. And secrecy, don't tell mum or dad. You probably recognize this pattern by now. And here's rule number 3. Hang up and call back the real number you know. Always, if it doesn't sound right, double check. Just call the number that you saved in your phone as a contact and call them. It's better to call back and take a minute or more than to get scammed. And here's an extra tip. If you want to be extra secure, set up a secret password or question with your loved ones. This could be, what is the name of my first pet? You asking them this. And if they did not get it correct, if they don't know the answer, you know it's not them. Of course, you have to talk to them beforehand to make sure they actually know the answer. And you can do this today. Right after the seminar, I encourage you to call your loved ones, or when you see them the next time, talk to them about this and try to set this up. Don't write this down something on your phone, but rather something that's safer and something that you have in your own knowledge. So if you're ever unsure, you can always ask them and ask this question, and then you have the answer, and that will tell you everything. Okay, last but not least, the 4th one. These are the "you've won a prize" or "we owe you money" messages. They look real, but the link they sent you, again, is a fake site. These ask you for a small fee or your complete credit card information. That is how they get you. The rule is never pay to claim a prize. If you didn't expect it, it's probably not real. Okay, that's it. We've now gone over 4 different threats and 4 different rules on how to mitigate them. Have you seen these before? Because I'm sure you have, and I hope that now you have the tools and knowledge on how to avoid them. You already had just by being here. You know what to look for, and you know how to protect yourself. Technology doesn't have to be confusing. It just needs a good few habits. And as you spend time online or on your phone, one thing often becomes clear. Most scams often don't look like scams at first. A message that feels urgent, a call asking you to act quickly, a notification that looks official but feels slightly off. And in those moments, the problem isn't technology, it's knowing what to trust. And it helps talking things through. You can talk things through with your loved ones or also with Peter. PeterAI is an app for your iPhone, and you can download it so you can actually get advice anytime. I built Peter after seeing how confusing these moments can be, especially for my grandma. She's independent and thoughtful, but modern technology often assumes you can instantly tell what's real and what isn't. With Peter, you don't have to decide alone or rush into action. You can simply talk through what you're seeing in your own words. Peter responds out loud, calmly, and in plain language. And every night, you'll get a small email summary where you can revisit what you've talked about that day. And this truly feels like a conversation. You explain what you're seeing, and Peter helps you think through it. No rushing, no pressure to act immediately, no guessing. Just clear explanations spoken back to you. Peter is there to help you pause, not to push you forward. But let's go back to today's topic. Let's take a look at what we've learned. First, if a warning tells you to call someone, it's almost always fake. Make sure to go to the official site and not the link that you're being sent. Third, hang up and call back the real number you know. Fourth, never pay to claim a price. These learnings are very important, and we all need to make sure to actually have them in our mind. Alongside of this seminar, we've also provided a handout you can print out and put on your desk, for example. So anytime you're unsure, you can just check what you learned in the seminar and do the right thing. Thank you so much for spending your time here today. Remember, take your time. And if you want to know more about PeterAI and if this app might be helpful for you, feel free to get more information about this on our website. You can scan this QR code by opening the phone and then the camera app, holding this onto the QR code, and there will be a pop-up where you can click on and the website will open. Or you can visit our website via the URL below the QR code. Alternatively, if you are already convinced and want to try it, you can ask a family member or a caregiver if they can help you find PeterAI in the App Store. There is no rush. Take your time and return to this whenever you'd like. If something ever feels unclear or uncomfortable, it's okay to stop and take a second. Staying safe isn't about knowing every trick. I know I don't. It's about trusting your instincts and giving yourself time to think things through. You're already doing the right thing by paying attention. Take things at your own pace. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.